Hello everyone, welcome back to JDCodebase. So in the last video, we learned about the arrays and object in the TypeScript. Now today we are going to fix a problem that beginner usually don't even realize they have, like writing the messy and repeated type again and again. And by the end of this video, you will know how to write clean, reusable and scalable type using the something called the type aliases, and also how to structure your data properly using the nested types. So let's get into it. Now, alright, so imagine this. You are building an app. You have a user object. You write it once and cool, but then you need the same structure somewhere else. Now, what do most beginners do? They copy and paste the same type again in the separate file in the next file. But that works, but it is a terrible idea in the long term. Like as the app grows, more features come and more use of this same type again and again. So is it a good idea to copy and paste again and again? No. And that exactly where type aliases come in. So type aliases is basically just giving a name to a type. That's it. Think of it like a shortcut. Instead of writing the full object again and again, you just create it once and reuse it. Like you write a function for adding a two number. You write it once in a file and use it everywhere. Even you can export in for the using in another file. So same applies here in the type aliases. Now instead of just talking, let's actually write this. Let's move to VS Code and here write one thing: type user. Sorry, type a user. Here name is the string format, and let's say age is a number format. So here I create a type called the user, and inside it we define what a user looks like. Like name is a string and age is a number. Simple, no issue with that. So now how can I use it? Just write const user1 of type user, and it's an object, and in this we have a name called the John, and the let's say age is the 25. So instead of writing the whole structure, I can just say this is of type user. Much cleaner already. Even in the last video, I already tell you the how to write the type for the object and the array format. And you also see this one is a cleaner way approach for the writing the type. Now let's make it a bit more realistic. Like in real apps, user don't just have a name and age; they also have an address. For that, just write here type address is equal to, let's say, city is a string, and pin code is a number. So I just declare one more type for the address, has the two values city and the pin code. Now in this, just add include in this by just writing this name, age and address. Address is of type this one city and the pin code. Now if you see here in the user one, it says address is missing in the type and in this one. So for that we have to declare here also, like instead of stuffing everything inside the user, I created a separate type called the address. Means even if I want to write this city and pin code here, I can easily write it. There is no issue with that. But instead of writing the same means making the bulk of a means making the stuffing all or everything inside the user, it's not a good idea. Then I just create the separate for type for the address and object, and then I use that inside the user one in this. Now think of it like this: a user has an address. So instead of mixing everything together, we separate it into smaller pieces. This makes us our code cleaner and easier to read and easier to scale. Like right for this, like you are easy to able to read this address, this is user, and this is the but how can I use this nested type? For that, just write address this is also an object. It's a city, let's say Delhi, sorry, and it also has a pin code that has a number value. I just gave the 110001 and it's fine. Now TypeScript know that address should follow the address structure. So if I make a mistake here, TypeScript will catch immediately, and that is the power. If I make it like the string format, TypeScript says type string is not assignable to type number, and the separate type comes from the property pin code, which is declared here on type address. Means every time if I make mistake here, TypeScript will catch it immediately and give you the error. Now this is how we make a type aliases and the nested types also. So type aliases, the syntax for this, and this is a basic example we see. And reusable types, like we can use it every time. Like here I just use it for user 1. If I want to make for the another user, I can make it means without any issue, like const user 2 of user type, and just use it name, let's say Jane, sorry, it's a string type, so for that Jane, age is 35, and it also has the address, and for that city, let's say London, I just write it randomly, and pin code is the, let's say 000. What happened? What happened to this? I mistake any? Okay, wait. Pin code, and it's a 10001. Yes, now it's work. I think I just type another thing. So it's like I make the user, I just write this one and use it for many times, like in the for user 1, user 2, and every time. So this is the reusable, and we can apply the nested types also. Like here, one object is this address is inside the another object, that is the user object. And real world thinking is like user has a name, address, and address has a city and pin code, so we separate them. And this is a basic structure I already show you. And some common mistakes, like putting everything in a one big object, like it works but it becomes messy very fast. And always try to break things into smaller reusable types, like I did for the user and one for the address. And some quick recap is like type aliases give a name to a type, help avoid to repetition. And nested types is like using one type inside another, makes your code clean and scalable. That's it. Simple but powerful. Now don't just watch this video, try this yourself. Open your VS Code and create a type for a product type, and then order type that uses the product. And this is mainly like you are building an e-commerce site. Here you use the product and also order type. So for that you have to write this type of things. So don't be just like watch this video and enough. You have to write it yourself. This will make everything click. And all right, that is for day 3. And in the next video we are going to learn union type and literal types, which will make your type more flexible and powerful. If you found this video helpful, like the video, comment your doubts, and subscribe to JDCodebase so you don't miss the next part of this TypeScript series. I'll see you in the next video.